playing those video games? Why do you have Trump's in the White House? And why are you playing those video games?
And next up, we'll go ahead and switch over to the other thing that I was complaining about it. And people are like, no, that's clickbait, man. You're clickbait. He didn't really say that. So Sam Harris retweets. It appears that Sam Harris is butthurt because the Southern Poverty Law Center basically called him out for platforming people like Murray and Stefan Milino and having all these conversations about race realism and bullshit. And they're like, hey, you know, you're becoming kind of a gateway to the alt-right because you're putting on these topics and not fighting back against them hard enough. And as people like Richard Spencer have said before, this is exactly how they filter people to the alt-right. They come through channels just like this. They hear stuff you have to say, and then they want harder stuff, so they end up going more to the right. And so the Southern Poverty Law Center called him out for that, and I guess he's butthurt about it. So he's decided to defend this other organization who also the Southern Poverty Law Center called out as a hate group. And so Sam Harris says, we were smeared by the SPLC. And so Sam Harris retweets this whitewashing softball article that the Wall Street Journal, the conservative Wall Street Journal, wrote about this Christian hate organization in order to, you know, bolster their claims that they were falsely smeared by the SPLC. But they weren't falsely smeared by the SPLC. Let's take a look at this organization that you're defending here, Sam. We are smeared by SPLC. Our work, religious liberty, got us branded a hate group. You are a hate group. Let's take a look. ADF supports the inclusion of invocations at... Basically, what they're saying here is they want to stop other invocations at public meetings that are not directly Christians. Like they don't have atheists give invocations or Muslims and shit. So anyway, ADF supports the inclusions of invocations at public meetings and the use of religious displays such as crosses and other religious monuments on public lands and in public buildings. ADF opposes abortion and believes that healthcare workers have a right to decline participation in the performance of abortions and other practices an individual health worker finds morally objectionable. Like they can, if healthcare workers want to, they can deny healthcare to trans people or to gay people. That's what they believe they should be able to do. That's fucked up. Why are you defending an organization like this? ADF opposes same-sex marriage. Well, fuck you, of course you do. And civil unions, as well as adoption by same-sex couples. I mean, what pieces of shit, man? Why the fuck? These kids need good households to grow up in instead of growing up in orphanages or in the system. And you want to deny these kids a good households because you don't agree with gay lifestyles? It's just... you're just a piece of shit, you know. Based on their belief that children are best raised by married mother and father. ADF believes parents should be able to opt their children out of sex education in schools that run counter to families' religious beliefs. Well, that's a great way to make sure kids don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't learn it at home, and they don't learn it at school, so they have no idea how sex works. They don't have any idea how birth control works, and so you have a lot of unwanted children. That's not beneficial to anybody. The international branch, ADF International, argues for European countries to be allowed to prohibit changing genders on government-issued identification documents unless the individual has gone through a very specific medical setting leading to genital surgery and sterilization. So, like, people like Blair White, who I don't believe has had genital surgery, they would want to force her to be named a male on her driver's license. These are the pieces of shit. They are a hate group. They're a fucking hate group. I don't know why Sam Harris is retweeting their whitewash softball article. I mean, I know why he's doing it. Anyway, so I was very disappointed to see that, and he took a lot of shit for doing this. I'll show you, and he should have. He got crucified in his own comments for calling out these for basically signal boosting and backing up these people. I thought you were supposed to be a rational atheist or whatever. Seems like a group in question wants to recriminalize homosexuality. Sounds like they should be smeared. Odd that you're defending them, though. Yeah, this is also an organization that wants to recriminalize homosexuality across the world. They want to make it illegal again to be homosexual. Like, why are you fucking giving a shout out to these motherfuckers and backing up their bullshit? I don't understand. This is a homophobic hate group, Sam. It absolutely is. I mean... come on, Sam. You're better than this, dude. I mean, aren't you? I mean, I thought you were. A lot of people don't seem to think you are, but I thought you were, and so I was a little bit disappointed with this. The The best thing you can do for your Waking Up app at this point is to follow your own previous advice and to stay off Twitter, because a lot of your tweets on here recently have devalued your brand as a meditation guide. And yeah, it's true. Sam responds, then you have some false assumptions about meditation or about my motives or both. Well, then clarify. Why are you... I've been as critical of conservative Christianity as anyone I can think of. This issue is that the SPLC has been fatally compromised. They haven't, though. This is a hate group. Why are you pretending like they're not? You're just pissed off at the SPLC because they fucking called your ass out, and so you're kind of thinking of it as my enemy's enemy is my friend, but they're fucking not, dude. These people are not people you should be signal boosting and shouting out for. Come on, dude. You know better than that. Anyway.
Dusty, you've gotten rusty. Why are you playing those video games? Why do you have Trump's in the White House? And why are you playing those video games?